guys, Roxy Sims here, and I have another speed build for you today. Today I am building in the Stone Ridge Apartments, apartment number 3. I am using a more modern design in this apartment, even with little hints of mid-century modern, and I am making this for a family of 4 to be exact. So it's a 2-bedroom apartment, so the kids do share a bedroom. Oh, and I forgot the most important member of the family, the cat, of course. So I do have some room for the cat. I get in the bowls and a kitty litter box and everything. So yes, we even have room for a pet. I know I have mentioned this before, but I just have to say again how much I love the sizes of these apartments in Evergreen Harbor. I mean, they are such a realistic size. I have been into many 2-bedroom apartments this exact size really, so that is very nice. And even though this apartment is a bit on the smaller side, especially like the kitchen and the bathroom, I still wanted to put in as much style in it as I possibly could. You know, like whenever I've lived in apartments, I've only lived in a couple apartments, but they were nothing like this, I'll tell you that. They had like stock cabinets from Lowe's from the 80s and, you know, faded paint and ugly carpet. So I'm telling you, I would have loved this apartment. The only style my apartments ever had was like faded 1990s. That's about it. But I think that was fairly common. A lot of the apartment buildings around here were built, I think, around that time. So, you know, it's inevitable, I suppose. But yeah, lots of the apartment buildings built in the 90s. A lot of the homes around here were built in the 70s. So I actually kind of have this love for 70s houses. They just look like home to me, if that makes sense. I kind of like that style too. I don't live in a house from the 70s, but I kind of wish I did. I definitely wouldn't mind living in a historic home as well. I mean, I know they come with their own set of problems, but they are so pretty. What are the apartments like where you live? You know, because I have lived, I've lived in Germany before whenever I was a little kid, and we lived in an apartment there. But I lived in a very like modern part of Germany, so it's just a very modern, really tall apartment building. And then the apartment buildings around here are they're kind of like these apartments in the game where you get to them from the outside of the building. They're not like an interior, what do you call that? There's no interior elevators to get to your floor. And they're normally only like 2, maybe 4 stories tall, not very big, only really a few units in them. So kind of just like these. The kind of apartments that I always thought were just really, really cool are the apartments that are like above a business. You know, it may not always be ideal, especially if the business is open in times that you are trying to sleep. But there's just something so cool about that, and I've never lived in anything even close to that. I haven't lived in a big city since I was a little kid, and that was whenever I was living in Germany. It was Frankfurt, so that's a pretty big city. And so since then, I have not lived in a big city, and that just seems like a kind of a big city thing, you know, a downtown area kind of thing. And so it's just so different from what I live in now that it seems really cool. If you live in one of those apartments, you know, an apartment that's above a business, please tell me all about it. I want to know. I want to know what kind of business it is. If it's cool, if it's not cool, let me know, please. I suppose I should talk about this apartment a little bit. As you can see, I am using a very like a gray, black, and blue kind of color palette throughout the whole place. I have been finding myself using a lot of orange with this new pack because it has a lot of orange wood tones, and so I've been like really leaning into that. So I wanted to do something completely different in this build, so I just went with the gray tones instead. This apartment has not been upgraded, by the way, so if you don't have this pack yet, you can kind of upgrade the style of these apartments, and so this is before it gets upgraded, which does actually matter because when you upgrade the apartment, it changes the windows in the apartment. So, you know, if you upgrade your apartment building and then try to put this in here, the curtains may be off. I haven't tested it with the upgraded version, so I wouldn't know that part. But I did test this apartment out and make sure everything was functional and everything. I got everything working whenever I tested it. But when you place this apartment, if you want to download it, make sure to use the move cheat, the move objects on cheat, just so that everything will place correctly. I have moved on to the kids' bedroom, and now it's for 2 kids, a child and a toddler. And unfortunately, because I put in a kitty litter box in the bathroom, I did not have room to put the toddler potty in there as well. So it ends up being in here. If you have a problem with that, you could totally get rid of the kitty litter box. Like if you don't want a cat in here, and you can put that in there in place of it, and that would work too. I also end up putting laundry in the bathroom, so you could even move the laundry. Let's say you don't have the laundry pack, you just don't want laundry in this apartment. That could be a great place for a toddler potty as well. And I did put a high chair in the dining room as well. Sometimes whenever I put a toddler in a house, I completely forget a high chair. I do realize that not everyone uses them because they're so annoying, but in case you want to use one, I remembered one. So I was wanting to ask you all how everyone is doing. I have been wondering about what's going on across the world, really, if people are getting back to work, getting back to their quote-unquote normal schedules, because we definitely are here, maybe a bit too early. So I was just wondering if it's the same for you. My husband's been off work for 3 months, and he is going back now, so that's gonna be really weird. The house is so quiet. I don't even know what to do with all the quiet. No, but really, it is strange to go back to that schedule. But yeah, I'm just wanting to know how you guys are all doing, what it's like in your neck of the woods, and just let me know how you guys are. I hope you all are doing exceptionally well. We have moved on to the cluttering of the kitchen, and I'm always excited about that because cluttering is my absolute favorite part. I every once in a while will try to build something like very minimalist, but it always feels very strange to me to build that way because I like using a lot of clutter. And I always feel like asking, do people actually live that way with so little clutter in the house? I mean, I know people live that way, definitely, don't get me wrong. It's just so foreign to me because I like a lot of clutter in my real life house. Not clutter as in junk. I want everything to go in its place, things that are like more functional, so I'll have like a basket that the Xbox controllers can go into, because those are not pretty and I don't want those just laying everywhere. But I do want a lot of like decoration clutter, so my house has plenty of that. Let's just say that my real life house will not be called minimalist anytime soon. I go for like a more comforting, cozy kind of feel. Oh guys, I just got the new Hunger Games book, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I just got it delivered to me. Oh, I'm so excited to read it. I'm actually forcing myself not to read it right now until I get more videos done, because I know it's just going to suck me in. Well guys, we are pretty much done with this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to talk to you all again very soon. Bye, everybody!